Thanks for coming to my YouTube video. So from doctor to tree hugger, this is a fun journey that I really want to share with you guys because I feel like it can probably benefit and help someone else who might be going through similar experiences. So, little update. So I recently graduated with my BA in recreational therapy. If you don't know what that is, I'll be putting another video explaining what that is. But that was also a stepping stone for me to become a doctor. By the time I graduated, I already had all my volunteering hours with occupational therapists. I already had my prerequisites. I had letters of recommendation, and I've attended many doctorate program info sessions for the schools that I was going to apply to all throughout California. But at my last semester of my BA, I interned at a hospital. And it was in this process, through the hospital and socially through what was going on, that I really had a change of path, an epiphany towards what I really wanted to do with my life and what I really wanted to dedicate my time doing. Because I originally always picked occupational therapy because I wanted to help people, I wanted to change people's lives for the better. And I was going to this internship and I was coming to the same hospital building, seeing the same workers every day, helping clients and patients, which was great. I love doing that. But at the same time, this was during the same period of COVID lockdown and also the strongest time when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. And I really just had a deep calling in my heart. You know, my heart ached more when looking at the Black Lives Matter movement than it did when I was trying to help people in the hospital. So the realization that I made in myself, in my life, was there's always going to be patients throughout the hospitals. That's inevitable. Physical therapists, occupational therapists, respiratory therapists, those are always going to be needed, and that is amazing. That is great for all those therapists. You guys do an amazing job and you're a very important asset to society. But I knew in myself that I wanted to try to help create change in a way that we really needed. I didn't want to change lives on a personal level. I wanted to create change on a systemic level, on a national level, so much on a global level. Like, that's where I'm dreaming. That's my aspirations. I want to utilize my time, my resources, my privileges to the best that I can to try to help create change to the best that I can. And I feel like me personally, in my life, I am restricted if I become a doctor and work at a facility. Now I know I could be a traveling doctor, but same thing. I'm not creating any real change on a systemic level. So in this last semester of my internship, I loved it. I finished it through. But I finished saying, no, I can't put myself through being just another worker in the factory. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it, as a social skill. Like, I'm just playing my part in the system, which is great. You know, we need that. We need people to play their part to help keep the society running. But me personally, I just dream of doing more. So I want to try to help create change on a systemic level, right? So with that being said, I really asked myself, and I asked God, and I asked the universe, and I said, how can I be the biggest influence, the biggest change tool in society and in the planet, given with what I already naturally have, you know, knowing my skills and knowing my weaknesses, knowing what makes me happy. How can I combine that and apply it in an area that this planet really needs improvement on? And this was a fun journey, let me tell you. It's a lot of self-reflecting, knowing what you like and what you don't like, where you naturally feel happy, what's an environment you don't thrive off of. So just kind of break it down as to how I became to where I am today and the journey that I'm about to pursue on. So I said, okay, people are always going to need help. On a physical level, on a mental level. that's just the damned human race, as Mark Twain puts it. We are just inevitably complicated and complex. We're always going to need help. I found myself and I've noticed that I love being surrounded by nature. I know that I feel the happiest when I'm like in the mountains. I feel the happiest when I'm surrounded by trees. I'm a big nature loving guy. I know that brings me peace and happiness. So then I also I like people, but I also really love trees and the natural life. The natural life, really. So then I said, so people are always going to need help, and they're always going to be receiving help. Animals and trees and plants, however, don't have as strong of a voice as people do. Obviously, duh. But we are so deeply interconnected with natural life, more than what we really realize. Well, now that we're more so realizing, we are literally destroying our natural resources, our natural friends, I would really put it, because they were created the same way we human beings were created. We came into existence with animals, with natural ecosystem, plants, forests, jungles. We are all interconnected, deeply interconnected. So we are destroying that, and as a consequence, we are now in the most climate crisis that we've ever been in. Fires, droughts, and floods going on all around the world, where naturally before in the past wasn't a big issue. But now half of California is catching fire, Texas is freezing over, droughts and other farmers across the country are starving to death because of poor weather conditions. And this all has to tie in together with how we coexist with the natural life. That's where I really felt my calling. To really try to help create change as much as I can, I have to try to help those that don't have a voice or don't have as strong of a voice, which is our natural biodiversity of species all around the world, to help maintain our homeostasis with the universe. And yeah, just plants and trees and stuff. Like, I feel like me personally, with what my skills and my weaknesses are, I could do a lot of good in that area. Not just because I have to, but also because that makes me happy, Inevitably, if I continue down this path, I'm gonna have to be hands-on in the fields, looking at these fields, like crop fields, and looking at jungle and trying to conserve and preserve as much as I can. And luckily, that also makes me feel good, and it's not for no reason that people naturally feel good when they're in trees. Like, there's literally chemicals released from leaves and that land on your skin, land on your face, that naturally enhance your mood. Like, this is scientifically proven that we naturally benefit when we are surrounded by the natural life. So I said, sweet, I'm gonna be surrounded by a peaceful environment, and I'm gonna be fighting for what I deeply want to fight for, to try to create change as wide as I can. But however, the funny thing is, and the unfortunate thing at the same time, is that that's not where the money is. By going down this path, I know I am sacrificing a lot of money. Right now, all the resources relating to human beings is where all the money is. Doctors, surgeons, all these people make bank, right? I know that by becoming an occupational therapist, I'll be making decent money. And I know by transitioning to environmental justice activist, I'm not going to be making that much money. But the good thing is that I've sacrificed my life, my personal wants and luxurious needs, simplified it, minimized my life to where I now kind of consider myself nearly a minimalist. I know it doesn't really look like it, but I'm transitioning there, I promise. I don't care about stuff. I don't care about a nice big house. I don't care about a nice car. I'm done with all that. I don't care about my own personal wants and needs anymore. I have enough. I have too much. I have so much that I feel like I have to share it now. And that's through God. That's through the power of prayer, the power of law of attraction. All of these things have helped me get to where I am today, where I now feel so rich and so thankful and so full of love, where I'm now ready to dedicate my time, who I am, to giving back to you, to animals, to plants, trees, and also, more importantly, the people that are exposed to these most vulnerable populations, you know? So that's kind of where, in a nutshell, that's kind of where I'm going into and why I'm going into it. And with that, if I may preach a little bit, I feel like there is a deep calling. I feel like I'm not the only one that feels this way. And that's ultimately why I'm sharing my journey, my experience with you. Because I'm willingly deciding to jump off the path, the fast-paced train path that society tells you to follow. And I'm willingly jumping off and saying, no, I'd rather go do what I want to do, even if it means I'm not going to be rich. And I know that's a scary thought for a lot of people, but I also know it's a thought that a lot of people have, but they're just so influenced to keep going, make money, make money. I want to be able to show you guys what it looks like firsthand. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys throughout my process. And I'm going to try to be updating you guys as much as I can to how I'm living selflessly, what that means and what that looks like on a personal level. And I have a lot of great plans lined up that I'm excited to share with you guys throughout my journey. I really appreciate you guys joining me today. I hope you kind of enjoyed my video. Again, first of many, I have a lot to learn. I really would appreciate your feedback, suggestions, recommendations, ideas. Let me know. Thank you. Whew, man, you guys did it. You guys lasted it through my whole first video. I know, that was rough. It's okay though, because it is my first video and I hope to continue learning. Also, if anybody has anything they want to teach me, help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. But I do have a lot of great ideas for videos in the future for you guys. Ultimately, the reason why I'm making these videos is not because I'm trying to become a YouTuber. I'm not trying to make money off of YouTube, so I don't really care for the whole like, subscribe, comment thing. I simply just want to share my message and hopefully help at least one other person to make these small adjustments in their life to add more purpose to their life, because that's ultimately what I've been doing, and I love what it's been doing to me mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything. And if I can just help or suggest one thing for one person, then it makes all my videos worth it. But you guys don't have to change anything about your lives. If you're happy with the way you live, that's totally fine. But my belief is, as a human species, as a global movement, we're gonna have to start transitioning into lifestyles that ultimately protect our planet, because we have no other option. So I simply want to show how I'm doing it, and you guys can take little bits of information from it or don't. That's totally fine too. Regardless, thank you for watching. I hope my future videos bring some kind of positive benefit to your life in some way, somehow. And thank you again. But with all that being said, if you did take something from this, then please, let's keep this sustainable and loving movement going and share it with somebody else. Don't share it because I'm telling you to like, subscribe, comment, but share it because you genuinely got something good out of this video and you do want to share that with somebody else that you think might benefit from this video. That's all I'm trying to do. Just spread love. Just spread the love. If you got something, share it. If you want to like it, I appreciate it. If you want to comment, I want to see what you guys are thinking, what your thoughts are about it. So do it because you want to, not because I'm forcing you and telling you to do it. Because again, I don't care about my personal ratings. I don't care about if I become rich or not. But genuinely, what I do care about is trying to keep this movement going of spreading love and living a more healthy and sustainable way. So do comment, share, subscribe if you'd like. Thank you.